Hey friends, today we're going to take a look at using the AI feature in Canva to help us build a slide deck for teaching kids. So I'm on my Canva main page here, and it asks me, what will you teach today? And I'm going to just click on the one here that says Canva AI, and we are going to go in there and we are going to ask it to help us build a slide deck to teach some grade 6 science from the new Alberta curriculum. And I always pick grade 6 because it kind of sits halfway between our Div 1 and Div 4. So I always just pick on grade 6 because it's kind of in the middle, and I think everybody can maybe see how it could be relevant to their classroom, regardless of if they're teaching higher than grade 6 or lower than grade 6. So let's give it some instructions here. Okay, so we've given an instruction. We need to create a slide deck for teaching students in grade 6 the following outcomes. Now let's come over to our curriculum and let's copy these. I already have them highlighted. And then let's paste those outcomes here for Canva. And I'm going to hit submit and we'll see what it gives us. Okay, it's got some more questions for me, wanting to know like how many slides do I want, what kind of a mood or style do I want. So I could say I want something playful or I want something organic. I can also leave this unchecked and it might give me 2 or 3 different ones to pick from. So I'm not going to select this quite yet. I definitely want educational, and let's allow it to do in-depth, which is going to be 15 or more slides. So let's give it that and let's hit submit and see what we get. It's creating an outline for what it's going to create for us. Okay, so it's given us an outline. We can add to it here if we want to. We could also remove some. If I'm looking at this going, nope, I don't want that in this slide, we can remove it now, or we can remove it in a few minutes when we get it into Canva's editing screen. Okay, so we've got some to choose from here. So that's actually, I'm liking that. It'll kind of show us a little preview here. And then we've got an arrow. We can look at some of the others that it's brought up for us. If I want to look at it a little bit bigger, I'll just click on it. Now I can see it over here in greater detail because it's been enlarged for me. I am really quite liking this one. But I do want to take a look at one of the others in a larger size. Now, see how I've got the finger here, but this one is acting like I can't preview it. If I hit this little arrow, all of a sudden it will allow me to preview things. It's wanting me to preview this one first. So I'm gonna go back with this arrow, it's there. Now I've got it. So sometimes it's a weird glitch, but if you just click on that arrow a couple times, it will open for you. Okay, that's not bad. I think I like the other one better. But let's take a look at this one too, because I'm really liking this kind of first page on it. Not sure that representation of Venus is great, but I could definitely replace that with another image in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to say yes to this one. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to just click on Use Canva Editor, and it's going to bring it over onto my main Canva screen. Okay, so here it is, and now I can edit it to my heart's content. So just to demonstrate, let's just add me on here. And then I can click through and see what we've got. I can also put it on a grid view where I can see it up here. So I've got 23 slides. I like the images, but I do think we should come over here and we should replace Venus. So let's go to Elements and let's just find an image of Venus. Well, maybe that's not quite so bad. I was thinking it looked kind of too Jupiter-ish, but yeah, I might like that a little better. Or there, that's a little bit better contrast from the other images on the screen. So you can see that it's really easy to take it and then just make adjustments wherever I want. Now I should point out that Canva has a lot more fonts to choose from as compared to Google Slides, because we're going to download this, we're going to bring it into Google Slides and see what we get. But before I do that, I want to point out to you that you can present in Canva. So if I click on this presentation screen, it becomes just like a slideshow. You can see I've got the arrow there, and when I click, it's going to go to the next slide. You'll also notice that Canva has built in some animation for me right out of the AI generated product. So I kind of like that. That's a pretty big time save to not have to go through and do all of those kinds of things. It's also really easy to get rid of the animation if you need to. And to get out, I'm just going to hit escape. So that's presenting it in Canva. But there's other choices too. So we can go over here to the share button, and we've got a download link. So we can download it into the little hard drive on our Chromebooks, and then we can load it into Google Drive. So I've got some choices here. I could download it as a PDF, which that would make it, easy to print for students. And there's other choices here. I can download it as a video, and Canva will make that happen. I don't have to do a whole bunch of changes or tweaking to make that happen. I'm going to download it as a Microsoft PowerPoint document because Google Slides can read PowerPoint. So I'm going to choose the PPTX. I want all of the pages. Now it's warning that pages with videos, audio, and animation won't play when exported as this file type. So if I want to use that animation, I need to present out of Canva then. Or I need to bring those assets into the Google Slides environment. So we're going to download this. And then we're going to just drop it into my Google Drive, and we're going to take a look at it in Google Slides. Okay, let's open it and take a look. So there's an example of what we've got in Canva, having this font, which I can see up here is called Gatwick. And you see over here on the left side how many fonts I have to choose from. There's a lot of fonts in here. The Google Slides version, Google doesn't have that font, so I would have to pick maybe from some of the fonts that Google does have. So that is a little bit of a challenge, but like we mentioned before, you can do your presentation right inside of Canva. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility in terms of some of the assets that you might wish to use in terms of font and design and those kinds of things. So there we've got it as a slide deck that's completely and totally editable. These images can be moved around and changed and swapped. And we can also do those same kinds of things over here in the Canva environment as well. So you may find that sometimes you prefer the Canva environment, sometimes you prefer the Google environment. It's just good to have choices. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.